Hello, hi there, gorgeous Geminis. I hope that you are all well and welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and most people know me as Bella the Secret Psychic. This is your love horoscope for December 2018. I do hope that you're all super well and I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year or any other holiday that you celebrate in that month. So, can you believe it's the end of the year? I can't believe it. I have to say, because I'm going to get right into your reading very, very soon. Yours is a very interesting end to the year. I think it can be taken two ways depending on how you handle it. If you like to know how I work, I don't use tarot cards. I'm a psychic, so I interpret information that I get from my spirit guides. That's how I work. If you like what I have to say, do you subscribe, do you share? If you'd like to have a private reading with me also, the links are just down below also too. So my dear Geminis, what's coming up for you to navigate throughout this month? I mean, firstly, I have to say everybody's month has been about empowerment, coming to conclusions, standing in their own kind of space, being much more grounded. Yours feels like that and more. It feels like you're really going to change your life or really going to change how everything kind of works. Maybe for some of you, really dramatically. Like, I get a significant change in your love life. So I can interpret that many different ways because obviously Geminis, you're all going to have different things going on for you, but that could be ending a relationship. That's the first thing. That's the most obvious thing. The other thing could be other things that you change it so that it's not, maybe it was a friendship and now it is not a friendship, it is now a relationship. This could also be you deciding to have children. Whatever it is, it's life-changing decision making that you're making. It could be that you're making also a choice between one person and another. I know last month you sort of had that, so I don't think it's necessarily that, but there's something you're going to be changing that to others appears maybe dramatic, maybe last minute, but it feels very necessary for you. I get here that some of it is instigated quite fairly on at the beginning of the month, and then it's instigated again pretty much around the holiday period in terms of Christmas. That is significant to why you make this dramatic decision. So the first one that happens in the first week is kind of shown as somebody being quite deceptive. Again, this doesn't have to be the romantic person you're with, but it could be. But it could also be that other people around you are doing something to try to trip you up or fail or be deceptive about the relationship, basically. So either trying to infiltrate it from the outside or the person you're with doing something. So again, that deceit could be anything from deceit with money to deceit with another relationship themselves. I also get here that because the thing is, I get here the first indiscretion of whatever this is, whether it's outside or in it, you kind of forgive it. It's like something that kind of triggers you, but I definitely see that you forgive it because you kind of just want to settle with the choices that you made last month, that you want to kind of move through it, you want to kind of offer more, be more. I think if it's outside influence, you definitely seem like you want to prove people wrong and that you'll just put in more. And that might also be if you are getting outside influence, particularly as it gets near Christmas, that they then seem to really cause a lot of trouble. It might be why you so dramatically then do something or push something along with your relationship. So, for example, I get in the third week, there's heavy conflict around the Christmas period. Sorry, guys, but you're going to be arguing over something with somebody. Again, this could be the person you're with. It could also be, and I'm quite heavily getting it, outside people or an outside person trying to argue with you. And then you kind of digging your heels in a little bit, Gemini, and saying, I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to prove it this way. Sudden marriage, for example. I'm going to move to be with that person and they live 5,000 miles away. Whatever this is, because of these two kind of interferences or deceptions or this the commotion that's happened, one at the beginning and then one pretty much it landing smack in the middle, 3 weeks in roughly, which is around the holiday period, that you just like, I'm not doing it. You just change something. Now, if this happens to be with the person that you're romantically involved with, again, that's where it could lead to you leaving the relationship or doing something more drastic like that. Hence why I get this feeling that it's mostly coming from outside, because I get the outcomes can lead to so many different versions because it's coming from the outside than it potentially being just the person you're with. So the key things to look out for is the first week. somebody is deceptive or tries to sour the water, starts to do something to just come in between. I get that you slightly forgive them for it, and you move on fine, and you try to just give more and be more in your relationship, so on and so forth. Then I get that lasts all the way up until the 3rd week, and then it becomes really emotional. I get poop hitting the fan, I get arguments, I get disappointments, and I think probably because it is the holiday, it just gets magnified in your mind. Remember, we're in a Mercury retrograde. Communication with people doesn't mean just with our love life, but also with people outside of us can go all array. It can be over exaggerated, and it definitely feels like this. But then what it does, dear Geminis, is it makes you react in a very over the top way. You change something, you do something very impulsive, maybe to prove a point, but this is what you do in this month, and everything changes. You're going to surprise yourself, if not surprise some people, because of that week. It does mean something starts that you end up having to put a bit of hard work in. So let me say the example of, you've been having this outside pressure from family. It culminates in this kind of like, we don't want you to make that choice. You have this massive argument, and then you're like, right, well, I'm going to marry this person to prove a point. And then you do it soon. As an example. It's an example, everybody, don't panic. And then you're like, darn, I've done this now. I need to put in the hard work to make sure that this is a success. So whatever you've then changed, you are committed to, because you almost want to prove that you can. So the other example would be, if it is the relationship you're in and they've let you down and then you split up, you may be very determined, very, very determined. So if you're cross-watching, you're with a Gemini and you're trying to dig at this person or be deceptive, don't do it, because you may push yourself out of the relationship because they will mean it. It's a life change, means they're going to change. There's no going back. So Geminis, you are the most dramatic this month. I have to say, you win the award for being the most dramatic. I want to know what it is. Do let me know at the end of the month what it is you did. What did you do? do let me know, because I'm now intrigued. But whatever it is, you will be committed to it, is what I want to say. I don't know what else to say more than that, because I'm not getting necessarily that you need to do anything to change an outcome. I think it's supposed to go that way. You're supposed to do something where you are reactive in that kind of sense, and that you put your commitment into something. And again, I think of this broadly. That doesn't necessarily have to be a negative outcome. It could be that you just finally commit to something that is needed. Again, take the example. You could be in having the conflict in a relationship because maybe the other person wants a child, and you've been like, no. You have this argument. You're like, okay, I'm doing it. We're going to have a child. That would be the commitment. So it just depends on your personal circumstances, Gemini. But perhaps if you want to dig deep into that, you can have a private reading with me and we can try to figure that out together. Anyway, lovely people, that was your December horoscope. Off end the year with a bit of a bang, to say the very least. But I'll be back in January to find out what else is in store for you for the new year. You have a happy new year, an amazing Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate, and I will see you again here soon. Take care, lovely people. Bye.